Hi and welcome back. Today I want to create 3 artist trading cards with a Gelli printed background, and I have pulled out 4 of my Gelli prints. I wanted to use some with this flower image, and I'm just thinking I will pick these violet greenish ones because then they all match together. I'm using a die to cut the artist trading cards because I like the rounded corners of it, but of course you can just use a scissors and a ruler, or you use your cutting machine. An artist trading card always measures 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. For my main images I want to use my new Sketchy Birds stamps, and I'm just mounting the stamps with a glue stick to an acrylic block. That's my favorite way of using the stamps because I am not a fan of the easy mount, as it usually stops sticking after a while. It's with my easy mount. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm throwing all the stamps just into a box and I don't store them very nice, I would say. Maybe that's the problem. Today I'm stamping on the Canson XL watercolor paper, and this paper is great for stamping because it has a smooth side. I am stamping on the textured side because the other side is really messy from other paints, and it's a bit harder to stamp there because of the texture. So if you have watercolor paper, you have to ink up the stamp very well and press it good onto the paper to get a better impression. And this last birdie I will stamp on the smooth side of this paper, and you will see that maybe you won't see, but it's a bit darker because it's just better for stamping. And also when I color them in with watercolors, it has a different look. I color the birds in very loose, just with some colors that are matching the background, and I'm using, I don't know, it's maybe the red violet. I have no idea which color this is, but I really like it and it matches the backgrounds perfectly. And you can see I just do a very loose and quick coloring. I prefer this because usually when I try to color something in very good and very perfect, it turns out to look stiff and not very nice. So I stay with my loose way of coloring. And on this smoother side, the colors are more intense, I feel, and also you can see the texture from the paper as it is very smooth. I think the coloring on the texture paper is more pretty, but the stamping is a little bit more difficult. I'm using a yellow-greenish color as a complement against the violet, and it's also good with the background because there is a lot of green on the background, and I think it will match very good together. When the colors are dry, I will go on top with my color pencils and add some more details and shading. While the birdies are drying, I want to create the background of the cards, and I'm going to use some of these handmade stickers. I used my jelly plate for them, and I used just these empty printable labels. I have a video on these, and I will link it up at the end of this video so you can check that out if you're interested. I'm searching for stickers that have similar colors as the cards, and I will only use the ones with the flowers you see on the left. I picked these pinkish and violet stickers, but I won't use them. I think these stickers are really nice because they change the background into kind of another direction, and it gives it more depth and more interest. I also like to use these stickers when I have some happy mail to close envelopes or pockets, and I also use them in my junk journal. Now I will add some stamping, and I'm starting with a frame. This dot stamp is from the new Mixed Media Marks number 2 stamp set, and I just stamp it around each card. I'm using StazOn ink because it dries very fast on an acrylic surface, and that's what I prefer it against archival ink. With archival ink you have to wait a little and be a bit careful that you don't smear the ink. I messed the stamping on the last card a little bit, but I really like it. I think these imperfect dots are really nice. I'm also going to ink the edges of the cards. I think that gives them more dimension and makes them more, I don't know how to say this, I feel they look a bit more professional or so. I'm now adding some more texture with a ticket stamp from the Mixed Media Marks number 2 stamp set, and I'm using this fuchsia ink, but it's always a violet because I always forget to clean my stamp before I use this ink, and then it mixes up with the black ink that I've usually used before, and I get kind of a violet shade, but I don't mind this because I think it's also fine for the cards. As my birds are stamped in black, I want to have also something black on the background so it looks cohesive. And I'm using this leafy stamp from the Pencil Marks number 3 stamp set, and I think it's perfect because it's not too heavy, it's really light. It has light lines, I would say, and it matches that, I think that grungy kind of feel the cards have. And here are the three backgrounds. Before I'm going to adhere the birdies, I want to create some backsides for the cards, and therefore I'm using the ATC backsides set. It comes with a card stamp and also with a artist trading coin stamp, and it also has some words on it. Oh, I messed this up. Where you can just add the words you want to have on the backside. I usually used to use the word artist, I believe date and materials and title. And this time I want to use some of the other words because I haven't used them. And I think this set is out for over a year now. I will stamp some more cards so I have some ready to go for the next artist trading cards. And now I'm going to stamp the words. I have them mounted to easy mount because they are so small, and I thought then I will be able to use them more quickly and don't have to adhere them with a glue stick. And I try to align them with the grid on the acrylic block so I know where I have to stamp the word. I will speed this up a little bit. I just thought I would make 3 cards, but then I decided I will stamp all of them so I don't have to do anything the next time I want to use these back sides. I will now cut these out with my scissors. Of course I could have used also the die, but I don't want to align this backside card with the original card. It's sometimes a bit difficult to get this perfectly done, and so I cut it by hand, and then it's a little bit smaller than the original card and it's easy to stick it down. I'm just using a normal glue stick for that. Of course I will do this to all of the cards so each of them has a backside. My birdies are completely dry and I'm going to add some colored pencil on top. I'm just searching for the right green. I wanted to have a really dark green to make some really intense shadows, and I'm also coloring in the beak. You will find a blog post linked up in the video description where you can have a look at the close-up images. I will now adhere the birdies with a normal wet craft glue. I also want to add a sentiment to the birds, and therefore I will stamp the sentiment from the Celestial stamp set to one of the Gelli prints I have used for the cards, and then I will cut out the words. Here are the finished cards. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you will see us next time. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye!